Hey guys, it's that time again. There's been some Resident Evil 2 leaked screenshots and footage, so as per usual I'm here to do a breakdown for you. So we're going to get right into the video, starting with the first screenshot. So I'm going to cover a few things on this screenshot because it actually reveals quite a lot. So firstly, as you can see, it's in the sewer, and this is actually a boss fight from the original Resident Evil 2. This is actually the G-Mutant boss fight, and this is the actual creature. So they've changed the placement of the creature, so it looks like we're going to be fighting him in the sewer. Next up, as you can see, Leon looks really battle damaged at this point. I don't know what point of the game this is, because the timeline looks like it's been a little bit altered, I guess to make more sense. But yep, as you can see, I'm not sure if that's his t-shirt underneath or that's actually a bandage, because in the original game he obviously gets shot in the chest, which kind of didn't make sense because he's wearing body armor, and he's also wearing body armor here, so maybe instead he gets shot in the arm. Which then brings me on to this screenshot. As you can see, it's a frontal view of Leon, and there is blood around that, so I do believe it's a bandage. Now, moving on, as you can see, Leon's holding his VP-70, but it's different. As you can see, it's got an extended magazine and the buttstock, which makes it go burst fire. So we can safely say that the VP-70 custom parts are in the game. Now when I say custom parts, I don't mean how it was in the original. I actually did a little bit of digging and I found out that there's multiple custom parts. The extended magazine and the buttstock are two different parts, so it is possible to have one without the other, and this is how I found out. So this screenshot shows Leon's desk. Now it's actually a puzzle to unlock this. After watching an extended playthrough of someone playing the game, it was actually in German, so I didn't actually get to read any of what was said. But after this puzzle, you unlock Leon's desk and you find a magazine. This is actually the extended magazine. Here's just a shot of the Matilda with the actual magazine in, when the player was actually examining the gun after he'd put the extended magazine in. Something else that's interesting about the extended magazine, as you can see, I've just put an overlay of the inventory system showing it. So the gun in the remake starts off with 12 bullets, and with the extended mag it puts it up to 24, essentially doubling its capacity. Now in the original game the VP-70 had 15 rounds, and when you put the custom parts on it, it has 18. So that's rather interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it performs with just the extended mag. Now moving on, let's move on to a new/old location. I say new because it's obviously in the new game, but it is an old location. Now this location being the STARS office. As you can see here, we have a beautifully rendered STARS office, and what I do like is it's very reminiscent of the first iteration of Resident Evil 2, as you can see from the screenshot here, which I'm going to put in the corner. The continuing theme with the RPD itself, it seems to be, yeah, they've kind of made the layout a little bit more, I'd say it makes a little bit more sense, but they have kept it with that classic Resident Evil 2 feel. So the STARS office looks very similar, but they've obviously changed a few things as well. As you can see, the desks are separate desks, they've got a STARS plaque on the wall as well, and it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a bigger room as well, because the STARS office was quite tiny to house 5 or 6 members of a police special forces team. Continuing on the subject of locations, it does seem like the sewer is going to have a much larger role. It was kind of a big part of Resident Evil 2, but to me it was just a stopgap getting from the RPD to the Umbrella Lab. So it looks like, at least from the gameplay, there's going to be more content in the sewer, which I'm kind of looking forward to, as it gives a dark, grotty feel to Resident Evil 2, which, to be honest, that whole game is giving me that vibe. Watch out what can be in the shadows, make sure you watch your back, that kind of stuff. And Asura is definitely going to be a very dark location. Now we come to one of the final parts of the video. Let's talk more about the characters. So in these screenshots we get a couple of Ada Wong without her trench coat and sunglasses. Don't ask me why she's wearing sunglasses in the dark. But then again, Albert Wesker. But anyway, I digress. So as we can see, Ada's donning her classic costume, which is awesome, and I'm really happy to see that, because Ada is known as, inverted commas, Jack Krauser, the bitch in the red dress. And yeah, let's move on to this next screenshot, which shows a confrontation between her and Annette Birkin, which is cool because obviously that was quite an interesting part of the game. that part is where we see the cutscene where Birkin gets shot by Hunk and his men. Now Ada is still playable, which is good. I think it would have been a bad decision if they decided to make her not playable, because obviously she is quite important in Leon's part of the storyline. So I'm looking forward to seeing this bit again. Again, it looks like they've kept it very reminiscent, but they've changed it a little bit, where Ada is pointing her gun at Annette on the same platform in the original game. It looks like the confrontation might be here. Now I'm going to cut some gameplay now, and I have saved the best for last, and you'll see why in a second.
Don't move.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
I said don't move.
I'm just passing through. I'm gonna ask you to lower that weapon.
I kill you one.
That's right, this is the new Robert Kendo. I'm ecstatic about this. Everyone asks me, why do you like Robert Kendo so much? He's not in the game for that long. It's just something about him. I like weapon techs, I like people that tinker with guns. There's just something cool about that. And I thought for a very underused character, he was quite popular. Look at Boba Fett, for example, in Star Wars. He doesn't really say that much, but he's one of the most popular characters in the franchise. But yeah, this is the new Robert Kendo. Now what's interesting about this is he's a lot more hostile towards Leon than he was in the original game. However, we only get about 15 to 20 seconds to see him in gameplay. So it could be the same as before, where Robert obviously meets Leon or Claire, points the gun at them, and when they say that they're human, he decides to become less hostile. We don't know that yet, but to be honest, I kind of like the way they've done this. He's a bit more logically hostile, I'd say, because you don't know what's actually happened to him during the outbreak, because to be honest, in an apocalypse situation, people will probably turn on each other. That's just what I would think of that situation. But yeah, awesome to see Robert Kendo. Hopefully he has a bit more of a bigger part as well, instead of just, hi, I'm Robert Kendo, here, take some ammo, and then gets munched by zombies. Fingers crossed that doesn't happen this time. So that wraps this video up, guys. Let me know what you think of this breakdown. As always, my breakdown videos seem to be quite popular with you guys, and it's going to be something that I'm going to be doing for quite a long time, so let me know what you think in the comments below. To end this video, I'm going to ask you guys a question. Do you think Capcom's giving us too much information on the remake? Because that question has come up on some other people's videos. Personally, I don't think so. It's nice to have content, because this game is probably going to be a lot bigger by the looks of things than the original. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Finally, I say finally, this is finally this time. As a trend in my other breakdown videos, I'm going to add the VP70 custom parts to my list of confirmed weapons. But thanks for watching, guys, and check out the video coming up next.